Welcome. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add digital stickers to your spreadsheet, as well as how to create a sticker sheet within your spreadsheet. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I really want to talk about is what is a digital sticker? So we all know physical stickers that we could use with our paper planners, or we could just stick them literally anywhere. But what is a digital sticker? So essentially all it is a PNG image. So whether that's an image you create yourself, or maybe you purchase clip art from a designer, it's just a PNG image that we're going to include inside of our spreadsheet. So as you can see, I've got this lovely clip art that I've purchased from a designer on Etsy. They create beautiful work. So that's all it is. It's an image and a PNG. For most preferences, we like to go with PNGs. You can also use JPEGs, but with PNGs, you get a transparent background, so that way you can put your sticker on top of other elements inside your spreadsheet without there being a colored background in the back. So we've got our, as you can see, we have our transparent backgrounds, and it will show what's behind it. So in this empty space here. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it being transparent backgrounds. So how do we actually create these digital stickers? So you can literally go on your iPad, you can download an app called Procreate, and you can draw your own stickers. So if you're an artist or you're very creative, go ahead and design your own. That's super amazing if you can do that. But for people like me that's not so creative, there's two different options you can use. You can go the AI route, which is where you just find one of those softwares that you can use with AI to create your own images. There's a bunch out there, and there's always new ones being created. I know that Canva does have an option, if you have Canva Pro, I believe, that you can create your own AI images inside of Canva to use. So you could play around with that. And then the other option is purchasing clip art from a designer. So someone else that has taken the time and they have the talent and they've created beautiful clip art, such as these right here. I'll also link the designer below if you like these. But you could purchase clip art from them, and then that's the stickers that you're going to use. Now, just keep in mind when you are purchasing clip art from another designer, you have to know whether you're going to use this in a product you're going to sell to customers, or if you're just going to use it for personal use. Because for the most part, any clip art that's on Etsy or Creative Marketplace or any of those marketplaces where they sell clip art, most of the time you could just use that for personal use. But if you want to take these stickers and sell them inside of your spreadsheet already, you're going to have to look for a commercial use license. So it's very important that you find that and you purchase that option. Now on Etsy, usually you'll see inside the shops frequently asked questions, or even in the product listing itself, in the description area, you'll see whether it's a personal use license or a commercial use license. Now, if you can't find that information anywhere, you can reach out to that designer specifically on Etsy and ask them if you can use it in the spreadsheet. They may say no, which, I mean, that sucks, but sometimes that happens. That's okay. Just keep looking for clip art that you can actually use inside your spreadsheets if you are planning to sell them later. But yeah, just always make sure, if you plan to sell your spreadsheets where these stickers are going to live, you want to make sure that you have that commercial use license, okay? But with AI, depends on the software you use, whether you can use it for commercial use or not. So always check up on those things. So if you're planning to sell your spreadsheets, always check for commercial use license, okay? So those are the two ways that you can get them, or you could draw them yourself if you're artistic. So if you do, that's amazing. You can also sell them as clip art on Etsy. So another source of income. Why not if you're artistic? Okay, so the next one I want to talk about is, how do we actually add them? So there's two different ways in Google Sheets to add images to your spreadsheet. Now, if I go to Insert and I go to Image, there's Insert Image in a cell or Insert Image over cells. Now, if you want to make sure your sticker is stuck in one place and doesn't get moved by the customer, then you will want to do the option where it says in cell. So again, we go to Insert, Image, and then Insert Image in cell. So what we would do is create the size of cell where we want to insert the image. So for example, let's say I'm going to be inserting this tiny little flower in. So maybe I want to take these 4 cells together and merge them. If you already have a big enough cell, then you could just use your big enough cell, but I don't, and I need to merge these together, so I'm going to merge them. And then making sure that merge cell is now selected, I'm going to go to Insert Image in Cell. You're going to browse, you're going to find whatever image that you want, and you're going to drop that in. And there you go. So now I can't move this anywhere. It stays where it's supposed to be. But this one over here, I can move wherever I want. So for the most part, unless you really, really want something to stay put, you're going to use the second option, which is inserting the image over cells. So to do that, you're just going to, you don't need to select anything. You could just go to Insert Image over cells and select that and browse and then find wherever your photo is or your image is. So let's say I want to insert this book. Now you can see this is super big, and we are going to talk about sticker sizes right after I show you this. But you can see how big it is. I'm just going to select it, resize it using the blue corners. And then now I can just drag it around and put it wherever I want. Now keep in mind when you are putting in your digital stickers that you're not covering over cells that your customers or yourself, if you're using the spreadsheet, will need to enter data. So for example, on my goals area here, I'm going to need to type in my goal. So like goal number 1. Clearly I did not type that right. But as you can see, I don't want to put this over on top of this because then it's going to be a pain to like get access. So you want to find little spots in your spreadsheet where it will not cover over any important areas where someone needs to type or if there's important data in there. So as you can see for my stickers, I've already added one up beside my title here. I've added a few in corners. So this covers a little bit, but not too much. So I think this one will be fine, even though it is covering the corner a little bit. I have one up here in between my two little areas. I have a little accent right here. So that's where I like to put them to make sure that they don't get in the way of the user. Now let's talk about sizes and let's talk about the amount of stickers that you should put in your spreadsheet. So the first thing we want to talk about, especially if you're designing your own stickers or if you've purchased them from a designer, usually when you get them from a designer, they're really big. And the reason for that being is because the designer doesn't know how you're going to be using these images. So they always want to make sure it's the best quality. So it doesn't get pixelated. It's a very nice, crisp image. So that's why they make it so big. But we don't want stickers or clip art that are that huge within our spreadsheet, because if we start adding a bunch of those images in and they're super big, even though we resize this one, it's still a hefty file size. So we definitely want to make sure that the file sizes aren't that big. So for this one, for example, let me go back to, where's my lovely finder? There we go. So this is my lovely place. So I'm using a Mac. It's going to be slightly different if you're on a PC, but basically you want to get the information of what the sizing is. And if you don't know how to do that on your own computer, you could always just Google your type of computer and how to find an image size. So that's how you could do it. So on a Mac, I just right clicked and then chose Get Info. You could see this image right here is almost a megabyte. It's 955 kilobytes, which I find is kind of big because obviously when we uploaded it into our spreadsheet, it showed really, really big and I don't need it to be that big. So I'm just going to resize it. And again, I'm showing you on a Mac. You might be on a PC and that's okay. All you need to do is go Google whatever your computer name is and then how to resize an image because we're just resizing it, okay? So on a Mac, I'm just double clicking into my actual image. And then up at the top, there is under the tools little menu bar. I'm going to select adjust size. You're probably not seeing this right now because I have this video at a certain size, but it says adjust size under the tools menu. And then here, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to test it out a little bit, but usually I'm trying to get the biggest size to be about 300 pixels. Maybe 250, maybe 200. It depends on the image, but you want to make sure that your image is small So it's not taking up a lot of file space or a lot of memory within your spreadsheet because we don't want to bog it down. But you also want to make sure that the image looks good, that it's not pixelated, that it's not blurry, right? So I'm going to take the biggest side, which is currently my height. For yours, it might be width. And I'm just going to do it to about 300 pixels and click OK. So now it's telling me that it was 1 MB and it's going to go down to 90 kilobytes, which is really, really, really small, which I'm happy with. So I'm going to click OK. It's going to resize it. I should have duplicated this before I did that. Hold on. Always do it if you have these. If you've bought clip art or if you've uploaded your own, always make duplicates so you can keep the original. Because we always want to keep the original at its size and then resize the smaller one. So, or sorry, the duplicate. Adjust size. Again, I'm just going to do 300 at the biggest point. Click OK. Now I'm going to save that. So now when I come over here and I go to insert image over cells, go to browse, and then here's my newly saved one. I'm going to open that up. And as you can see, it's now, remember this one was super big when we uploaded it, right? This one's a lot smaller. So I think if I was resizing this specific one, I could have gone 200, 250 pixels for the biggest end. But this one's fine. It's small enough. I could just resize it and then just move it where I want it to go. So that might be in the way, so maybe I'll put it over here. So you just want to make sure that your sizing is not super huge. You want to make sure it's in the kilobytes, and the smaller the kilobytes, probably I wouldn't go bigger than 150 kilobytes. If you can get it smaller than that, that is perfect. Probably, so 150, 100-ish kilobytes is the ideal size for what you want your stickers to be, or even smaller. Smaller the better, as long as it's still good quality when you're using it inside your spreadsheet. So that's why you want to test your images as well. And what was I going to say? So you want good quality. Just make sure to resize everything. Oh, and there's no perfect sizing. Just remember that. Like, you might have one image that might be 90 kilobytes and the next one might be 112 kilobytes. It's not the end of the world. You just want to make sure that they're small and they still look good. So it's finding that balance of file size and then whether it is nice crisp image that is not blurry, not pixelated. Okay, so it takes a little bit of testing out, but you can do it. It's okay. Okay, and then we want to talk about how many stickers should we actually have in our spreadsheet. Now, the more stickers you have in your spreadsheet, the more likely it is to slow down the spreadsheet. So I would not go crazy and have like 100 stickers inside of my spreadsheet. I would go and make it very simple. Like, I might delete this one, I might delete this one, and just have them spaced out a little bit where it looks, very aesthetic, very cute, but then it's not like overwhelmed, like, bam, here's all these files that you have to now, as you open up your spreadsheet, it has to open up all those images within your spreadsheet. So I wouldn't do more than 20 or 30, to be honest. I mean, you can try and do more and see how your spreadsheet reacts with that. It also depends on how big your spreadsheet is. This current one only has 6 tabs, whereas if I had one that had 20 tabs in it, I might do even less stickers in it. If I only had one that was one tab or 1 or 2 tabs inside of my spreadsheet, then I might be able to use a couple more stickers because I'm like, well, I don't have anything else slowing it down. It doesn't have a lot of data. It's just 1 page or 2 pages. So maybe I can use a little bit more stickers. Again, test it. You always want to test it before giving it to your customers. Now, if you're just using it for yourself, then you might be okay with the upload time. But when we are making these for our customers, we want to make sure it's the best experience. So to test it out, you always want to file and make a copy of your spreadsheet to see how it's going to react when it's first opened. So if you're like, oh, this is taking a lot of time for everything to download and open up, then you might want to reconsider how many stickers you actually include in it. Okay? So a little few things to think about if you are giving your spreadsheet to your customers. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is create a sticker sheet. So we're going to create a new tab. I'm going to go down to the bottom left corner where it says add a sheet with my little plus sign. I'm going to click on that. It's going to make me my second sheet. I'm just going to move it over to the last tab. I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to rename it as sticker sheet. Or you can rewrite it as stickers or sticker, whatever you want to put it. I'm just going to write sticker sheet. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to view, show, and then I'm going to hide those grid lines. So it's a nice blank white space, because when we think of sticker sheets, we always see the white background, and then we have our lovely stickers that are all nicely arranged. So now all you need to do is insert the amount of stickers that you want to insert. So I'm going to go insert image over cells. And again, I'm just going to choose a bunch of my stickers. I haven't resized all my clip art, so don't mind me. These are going to turn out really, really big for you. Make sure that they've been resized, okay? Just for the sake of this video, I didn't want to have to resize all my clip art. So I'm just going to, but when it does pop in, when you upload it into your sticker sheet, you do want to resize it so it's not too big. And now we're just going to nicely arrange it. So now all you have to do, you can put a TV show on in the background and you can insert all your images now. So maybe I'm going to do this one. And again, we're just going to resize it so it's a very similar size. And you can see it actually gives you little guidelines to match it up so that way it is perfectly aligned. And then we're just going to add in another one. So I'm going to do a couple of these, but otherwise for you, you're going to add in as many as you want. Again, keep in mind, the more stickers you add, the more it's going to slow down your spreadsheet. So you've got to debate how many stickers that means for you, and that's totally okay. So I'm just going to line those up, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to show you after this how, this one's a really cute one, how your customers are going to use the stickers. And you're just making it nice and aligned. So I can always start like my second row here. Just resize it a bit. There we go. And then I would just try to make it as nice and neat as possible. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but then I would just have a bunch of my images in here. And then how your customers are going to use it is once they, open up the spreadsheet, if you don't have any already there, so let's say we've got a blank area right here. So let's say I want to start adding my stickers. I'm going to go to my sticker sheet. I'm going to select the first one. On my keyboard, I'm going to use my copy. And then going over to my blank one, I'm just going to paste it in there. So all your customer has to do is copy and paste. However that is done on their Mac or their PC, that's how they're going to do it. And then there you can just move it to wherever they want it to go. They can also resize it. Now I can grab my next one, my cute little plant. Again, I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to paste it inside, and then I'm going to move it to where I want it to be. So maybe I want it over here. So it's super easy to add digital stickers and to create a sticker sheet inside of your spreadsheet. And it's also easy for your customers to use. So it's a fun little way to spruce up your spreadsheets, especially if you feel like, if you love having extra like images and lots of aesthetic elements, this is one way to spruce it up. I believe that is everything. Now, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. I love answering questions and I love helping you guys create beautiful spreadsheets. Again, I'm Michelle from The Creative Wild Heart. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can find other amazing videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching.